Day 2 of spooky season. I've been waiting for Marvel Zombies since we found out that we were going to get a series following the one shot from What If. I have been waiting for it. I love the comic books. I love the story and the concept. I love zombies. Some people are like, oh, zombies, they don't do anything. And I'm like, nah, man, there's so much you can do with it. And the idea of it is just great. I love zombies. So the idea of Marvel going in further into that story of like this zombie apocalypse, how it happened, why it happened, but also how did we get our superheroes infected and how are they still managing their powers in a certain way? I love it. Now, I will tell you the positives, no spoilers ahead. Obviously, this is streaming on Disney+. I purposely waited for spooky season to binge watch. The positives of it, I love the animation. I love the violence. You can't do a zombie show without violence. You can't, quote unquote, make this family friendly. This has blood. This has people just completely unaliving. This has some dark stories, and I love the idea of it. I love who they introduce, seeing Hawkeye, see Captain America walking around like a mutated zombie Yoda was awesome. And I say walking around very, very loosely. That battle that he had was amazing. And Hawkeye, pure evil, seeing what he was holding inside of his mouth. And then, of course, you've got the Scarlet Witch, and you've got everything that she's doing as she is the queen of the dead. And we see her very similar to moments that we saw in Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, but we see her in this role and in this zombie world. I love how they kind of introduced other characters, and they gave us back characters that we have not seen in so long. Shang-Chi, of course, but seeing like Blade Knight, what? That's probably the coolest thing I have seen. My only complaint is, why didn't we get all of the actors to voice them? I don't think it was a money thing. Maybe it was an availability thing, because most of these actors that voice these animated characters are the same actors from the live action films. It would have been cool to see that. My biggest issue is it's 4 episodes. You built up a really cool story. I think each episode was good. I think each episode had awesome moments. And then you give us this amazing, unique battle in episode 4 and end it on a cliffhanger. It didn't just end. You ended it on a cliffhanger after 4 episodes. And frankly, we don't have 100% confirmation if we're going to get a season 2. Why? Why not give us yet another season, but also why not give us an amazing story that you could wrap up if you're not going to give us that season? I think this is one of the best things that Disney has done. I think these types of stories work so well with animated shows and movies, because you can just kind of step away from what the live action is and really dive into some unique tales that you don't have to follow and you don't have to watch over 5 different movies to connect to. I do like that they finally connected back to the What If episode. I was worried they weren't going to do that. Based on the previews, I wasn't sure how that was going to work. So I'm glad that we still spawned off that and it wasn't just something new. Let me know what you think of Marvel Zombies. I can't wait for day 3 to see what it brings me. But I am so happy that I saved this for spooky season.